Welcome back. Are you ready to plan your life? Ready to get it together? I don't know about you, but I certainly feel like one of the first steps to getting everything in my life organized is to plan. I am an obsessive planner. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. But I will say there are some huge benefits. I am able to keep my life in order and get the most done with my day that I can, but sometimes it's really hard, especially moving to a new place, to know where to start with planning. When I first got married, my husband was stationed in Texas, and so I moved across the country, and I wasn't able to work for a couple months as we kind of got some things organized, and obviously with his job taking precedence, I was kind of just twiddling my thumbs all day long, and I went a little nuts, a little crazy, not gonna lie, and it was a really weird time in my life since I wasn't in school. Not having anything that I had to do every day, not having a schedule, not having somewhere to be was really challenging. And so one of the things that helped me was being able to plan and to think and to organize and reflect on what I would want to accomplish in that time. And I feel like having that base kind of established really helped me when I started working, when we got a dog, when all this stuff started happening, so that now I can still handle more even though I have less free time than I did before. It's kind of a weird principle, but I feel like the more you do, the more you get done, even when you have less time. Maybe there's some truth in that, maybe there's not. Today, I want to take you through how to build a Notion page and organize your life on Notion. I have gotten so many requests from my friends of like, whoa, I saw how you planned that, but I don't know what platform is that on and how do I make my own? I don't really know how to do that kind of thing. So today I'm going to walk you through how you might organize a Notion page and build one from scratch, and just some elements that you may want to include in yours to make sure that you can organize your life. The great thing about it is you can add planning elements, calendaring elements, but you can also add an appendix, something that you want to reference back to. You can add to-do lists, you can add budgeting, you can add seriously anything that you want. You can build it on Notion, and I'm going to show you how to do all of those different kinds of things in a series of videos. So hopefully you'll find this helpful. Today is just the very basics. One of the things I love about Notion and why I use Notion over something like Excel or Google, anything Google, is because one, it's definitely more aesthetic for sure. I think it's more customizable, and you don't need to be a genius in software or coding or any of that kind of stuff. I don't even know how that works, so you don't have to know any of that. I find with Excel, I never know the formulas to do things, so I don't know how to build a cool Excel spreadsheet. Those things just make me feel very lost, and I think what Notion really offers is you can have all of the things you would want out of those sites, but you can make it so much easier, and you can customize it, and you can have it all in one place. So it's a beautiful system. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into how to build a Notion page. To get started, what you're gonna do is go on to notion.com. Actually, I don't know what it is. Just Google Notion. It's notion.so, which I don't know what that means, but it doesn't matter. So you're gonna go ahead, Google Notion, and then it'll take you to Notion's homepage, and it'll just ask you to create an account. You're gonna need an email, and that's all you need. So once you sign up, they'll send a code to your email. You'll take the code, copy, paste it, and then they're gonna ask you some questions about what you're using Notion for, and then they're gonna get you started. When you first get your Notion page set up, it's gonna look like this. So this is kind of helpful, but there's kind of a lot of stuff on here, and basically they're just giving you a blank page. So I'm going to walk you through what to do when you get to this screen and how to go from here to having something pretty and something that's functional. So the first thing that I will tell you, every page, a page is just this basic spread. Here you can do some things to customize. So some of the things that I always like to customize is an icon, and you can add emojis. You can add like actual icons, and these you can make be certain colors, or you can add a custom icon and you would just make your own or get your own from somewhere, and then it tells you the pixel size, and then you could just upload it. This is like your home page. We're gonna set up a home page here. So I'm just gonna put a little house. I typically like to go for this light gray color. I just feel like it matches with everything really easily. It's nothing too bold, too crazy. And my aesthetic just tends to be a little bit more muted neutral tones, as I am wearing like the brightest blue you've ever seen today. The other thing you can do is you can add a cover and they'll automatically generate a cover picture for you. So if you like that picture, you can keep it, you can reposition it so you can see, you can go the full length of the picture, and then you can save the position, or you can change the cover picture. You can upload something if you have something specific you want to upload. I can teach you how to make stuff too, but we won't do that in this video. But then this right here, you can do gallery. They don't really have a lot here. So, I mean, I guess you could do a color if you just wanted to do a plain color. But if you do this unsplash button here, then you can search things. So this is just what's popping up right now, but I like to do neutral tones. This is one of my favorite things to look up. So I really, let's see. I'm gonna think about this for a second because I'm gonna make this Notion page for my little sister who needs one, and she is like cottagecore. She's a cottagecore kind of gal. So I'm gonna see if I can find a picture that oh my gosh, this is just darling. Oh, that's so cute. Like, man, there's some real cute pictures here. So I just need to pick one. I feel like this is just so stinking cute. Look at that little basket of flowers. Okay, so now I'm gonna maybe reposition, see if I like I think that's really cute, but I want all the things, but I don't think I just want the top. So I think I want something that's like, yeah, that's probably a good spot. Okay, so now that I have the background set, this is kind of like my home base. This is what I'm gonna see every time I come onto Notion, and we're gonna go from this to every other page idea possible. I find this is a pretty narrow window. You can see it only goes from like here to here. And I don't like that. I don't want this white space on the side. You can have it if you like that, but I don't. If you want to adjust some of the bigger settings for a page, you go up here to these 3 dots and it gives us lots of options. These are the only fonts that you can use for the wording on here. I tend to like serif fonts more than sans serif fonts, so I'm gonna go with a serif. Serif versus sans serif. Serif has the little like ticks on the letters, whereas sans serif is just the actual letters with no like little fancy like little ticks on the ends of everything. I like the serif, so we're gonna go with the serif. You can do smaller text, so if you want to fit more on a screen, you can. I don't find this to be a problem. I go ahead and just leave it as is. I do like the full width. I do. I really love it. I feel like I can just see everything. It's beautiful. And you can make columns. And so I feel like having more space across the board allows me to have more columns so I can see more all at once. Utilizing more space, which we just love. I don't even know what turning into a wiki is. We're not going to do, I don't use that. Move to, if you wanted to move this page somewhere else on your Notion, then you could. I don't even know what customized page means. All this stuff that I don't use. So don't worry about that. You can add this to favorites. So if this is something, a page you want to come to often, you can. You can duplicate the page. You can copy the link to send it to somebody. I guess there's an app. What? There's an app? Undo, super helpful. Page history is great because it shows you which version. So if you need to go back to find something else, you can come on here and then you restore the version, which is so helpful. Sometimes you miss something and you're like, wait, go back. Page analytics, I don't think this is really that relevant. If you wanted to delete the page, you could delete it. If you wanted to import something onto this page, so for example, let's say you wanted to take somebody else's Notion page that you could duplicate, you would import it here. You can also export a page. So for example, I am making a scrapbook for my sister on Notion, just a digital scrapbook of a really fun time in her life when she lived abroad. And so once I finish it, I'm gonna export it and then send it to her, and then she would import that page. So it's a way to share pages, but it's not just like a, hey, you can go on and see on my Notion, but it puts it on somebody else's Notion. I don't know what connections are. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, it tells you word count if you needed to know. So then I come back onto here and I have adjusted kind of some of these bigger picture settings. Now I am going to just erase all of this because I don't need this. So now this is typically what I see every time I open a page. You can do all sorts of things. I'm gonna walk you through some of the big elements that you could put onto a page before I actually build a home page for you. I'm gonna hit empty page. This gives me free reign of everything. Whenever you wanna add something to a blank Notion page, you're gonna hit the backslash and it'll have these basic blocks. So you can add texts. If you wanna add a page within a page, which is what we'll do for building a home page, you can do that. You can add a to-do list. You can add different types of headings, but I never use that because I make my own headings on Canva that are really cute, and so I don't use it. You can add a table, and a table can be really helpful for documenting something that you may want to have, but you don't want to do a whole lot with it. You just need it displayed in a table. You can do bulleted lists. I use this all the time. Numbered lists, amazing. Toggles, I'll show you what a toggle is. This is going to be like a main idea. Then with a toggle, you open the toggle, and then let's just add, this will turn into a bullet point. Point 1, and then I'm going to have another point. Point 2. Point 3. I have these points, and it's great that they're there, but I don't want to see them all the time, so then I can boop, hide it. I love a toggle. It's so helpful. It just makes things flow really easily. It's so easy to see things, and there's lots of ways that you can utilize that tool. Then a quote, it literally puts a line. Divider, I love dividers. Sometimes you just want to separate information. It's just this nice little clean line that goes across the page. You can link to a different page. I don't really use that one very often. A call out is this gray box, so if you want something to kind of stand out a little bit, and you can change the background color of the box, but it's a little pastel box that goes around something to kind of set it apart. So I do use that often. You can add images. You can save like websites. So sometimes if I have like a wardrobe page on mine, if there's something that I want to take me to a clothing website or something, I can do a bookmark in there, so I can just click the link and go. You can embed videos, you can embed audios. I have no idea what the code is because I don't do that stuff. You can upload a file. Then you have a database, and a database is very helpful for a lot of things. You have a database, but then there's different views you could see it in. So here you can see a table view, a board view, a gallery view, a list view, a calendar view, a timeline view, and these ones that I don't know what they are. I haven't done a summary block before, and these are just some other advanced blocks. You can do a table of content, you can do equations if you needed to, buttons. Buttons are like templates. You make a template and you click the button and it'll put the template up there. For buttons, I have things that I will use often. So in my video about monthly planning, I show you my weekly page. My weekly page is a template, so I just click the button and it says week, and then it has all the weekly stuff, and then I just customize it to whatever that week is. These toggled headings, but the other things I use a lot, I use these columns all the time, and that just separates your page. So right here, let's just do 2 columns. So I have that one, but then you can also see I have this one. So now we're in 2 columns, but let's just do this. Column 2, this is column 1. The beautiful thing about it is here though, this is across the whole line. So it's only a column as long as you want it to be a column, which is something that is so beautiful and I use all the time. So those are columns. Here's this embed. I do PDFs all the time, especially for work. I love that. They just have all these different things that you can add in. Here's the PDF. You can just have everything right in the same place, all at your disposal, and makes it really, really easy. And then you can color everything. So any text, you can make it be a certain color, or you can make it be a background color. Those are just all the elements of what you can do on Notion once you've got a page set up. Hello, this is Editing Maddie. I was editing, and the content that I had initially filmed was gonna be way longer than the length of the video that I was trying to make, so I'm splitting up the video, and so there is that abrupt ending because of that. Anyways, I hope that you got something out of building the foundations of your Notion page with the elements that I showed you today. The next video, I'm gonna show you how to actually implement and set up a page with those elements. But if you don't know what tools you have at your disposal, it can be kind of hard to know how to make it your own and to customize it to your needs. So hopefully those elements help, and you'll be able to look forward to next week's video with a more in-detail guide on how to use those elements to actually create a page in Notion. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful for you, and have a great week.